Hey, man.
Hey, man. GG's.
GG's. You know, I gotta say, this feels like the most respectful, dare I say it, classy game we've had in years.
You know, for once, I actually totally agree with you. It was respectful combat. And I gotta tell you, your team, they played like...
Did you just yourself?
I think I took that one a little too far.
So, yes.
Yeah, big time.
Low quality fans! My high quality Bruins team, that is a dub! Dub number 64. For those of you keeping track, the all-time record was 62 wins in a season. Now it's 64, with still a game left to play. And not only that, but now the record was 132 points in a season by the 77 Habs, and now it's 133 points in a season by the 2023 Boston Bruins. Is that enough for you? Can we please rest these men now? Don't even start with me, because so many of you, I love you guys so much, and I wasn't mad at it. A lot of you said, my mother included, you have to set these records when you get a chance. Or something along the lines of, let's take it away from the Habs, then we rest. Guys, you wanted it. You wanted the record. And I'm not going to blame you for that. I'm not going to fault you for that. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. But we had an Olmark scare tonight, and I did my best to stay calm and polite. That didn't feel good. It appears that he is fine, once again taken out of precaution, which is fine. It's enough. It's enough. We've set all the records. We cannot get the record for best point percentage in a season, because although we have the most points in a season ever, the year that the Habs won 62 games and had 8 ties, something like that, there were less games. I believe there were only 80 games. So they had a point percentage of 0.825. The very best we could do, I believe, is a 0.823. That record's not on the table. There are no other records. There's no more. We better see as close as possible to the AHL Bruins on Thursday against the Habs, which is funny in its own right. It is. Hey, we already broke all your records, guys. Here are our call-ups. Try to beat them in a game. I don't know. I think that'll be fine. And if you're a Habs fan watching this channel, hopefully you're tipping your cap saying, hate you guys, go die in a hole, but good season. Because that's what I would say to you. That's a nice thing to say, right? Tonight, we played the Washington Capitals, or what's left of them. No Ovechkin, Oshie, Mantha, Dowd, Riemsdyk, Connor Brown, or Carl Hagelin. They're a shell right now. And they shut some guys down because what's the point? They're out of the playoffs. There's no point. For us, we do have still Krejci out, who's being managed until the playoffs. I'm not super worried about that. Forbort and Foligno are both skating with the team at this point, so they are very close. They likely will not get a work-in game on Thursday. So it appears we're going to have to wait to see if they will be ready for Game 1. Hall played once again. He looks ready. Usually I'll break down what the opponent's, record was look like coming into this and how they've been doing in special teams. I didn't feel a point to take any of those notes because this isn't their team. This is a shell of it. And what is the motivation for these guys right now? Their only motivation up to this point was, is Ovechkin on the ice? Get him a goal. Or keep their jobs, all that kind of stuff. Like, these guys are still humans. They want to win. They want to compete. That extra bit of motivation does make all the difference in a professional league. And these guys are just like, all right, let's just finish the season. Next year, we'll get them. And that's the attitude everybody has, is next year will be a better team. You want to believe that. You have to believe that if you're going to keep coming back. I thought the Capitals actually put together a really good effort. None more than Lindgren, who unfortunately had to leave the game early. But we will get there. Like I said, Krejci is out, Foligno still out. It appears pretty much everybody else is in, with Hall running with Zacha and Pasta, and Bertuzzi back down that line with Coyle and Freddie. That would get switched up quite a bit. Bertuzzi looks phenomenal with Pasta, so it's... I don't know what to do. I think Hall needs to be back. I think it needs to be Bertuzzi, Krejci, Pasta. Shit. Hold on. Hall, Coyle, Zacha? Oh no, this is so hard. We'll do a full preview of the first round. But Hall, Coyle, Freddie is going to be your third line. Greer, Nosek, Hathaway. Your fourth pairings will be Grizz, Mack, Lindholm, Carlo, Orlov, Clifton. We did have a Clifton scare as well, but everyone seems to be healthy after this one. Before the game, Pavel Zacha wins the 7th player award. I thought he was a shoo-in. There were some differing opinions on that. I think a lot of people, I saw DeBrusk a few times. I think he didn't win it because he was working with that first line with Bergeron. And so although he exceeded expectations for himself, I do believe a lot of people went, yeah, but his line mates are incredible, so it kind of took a little away from him. But Zacha is flirting with 60 points, or was flirting with 60 points, so you got to go that direction. He was much, much better than I expected. Also, Dale Arnold retiring. He has done play-by-play for all 5 New England-based professional teams at one point or another. A great human being, a great NESN employee. So best of luck in your retirement, Mr. Arnold. One last announcement. The bracket challenge is coming up. It kind of snuck up on me. So every year we do the NHL Bracket Challenge. I go to NHL.com, I create my own league, and everyone can just join in for free. There's no price or charge or anything like that. So, last year, I think we had 80-something members. I'm expecting we probably beat that this year. By maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. This is me humble bragging that there's been growth on the channel. Yay! Anyway. Almost 30. Yeah, anyway, so we are going to be doing a goodie bag of low-qual merchandise. I hopefully am going to put together something kind of cool for this for the winner. But that link, as soon as we know who we're playing and who everybody else is playing, that will be put up in some sort of preview video or something. I'll put it on Twitter. So keep an eye out for it if you want to join the fun. It usually is a lot of fun, and scrolling through all the names that people name their teams is usually really, really interesting too. And this year, I feel like there's going to be a hefty amount of people choosing the Bruins to go on a run. We will see. We will see. Oh, and another thing. Linus Ullmark just tied the franchise record for most wins in a season with 40, tying Pete Peters. Yeah, 1982. How about that? Let's talk about this game. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Puck drops! I fucked up on the first period. Ooh, language. 53 seconds left. Lindholm for tripping. Going to the penalty kill. ... Is this my first note? Yes, it was, Low-Qual. It was your first note of the period, because you just watched 2 teams play hockey for a while and nothing was interesting enough to take a note on, but it certainly wasn't boring. It was just smooth flying hockey. So the first period had nothing worthy of talking about, but we did take a penalty in the last minute, Lindholm, for tripping. We do have to kill off the rest in the beginning of the second, and we do so. And we're 7:36 of high-flying hockey into the second period. More lack of notes. But it is interrupted by a cross-checking call on Irwin. I did not love this call. I thought, well, anyway, he just knocked down Hall. But during this shift, Hall led a transition attack. It goes the other way. He back-checked to end that transition attack by the Capitals. And then he leads another attack, drawing that penalty. We're going to go to the power play. 11 seconds in. Another Pastrnak goal that won't count. And I think that's 4 on the season now that he's had called back. Puck is in front of Lindgren. full scrum, whistle blows early, even though the puck is clearly, it's not even in the blue paint. It's clearly away from Lindgren. It gets bumped over to Pasta, who nails it into an empty net, but we're talking 3 seconds after, well, a second and a half after the whistle already blew. They wave it, no luck. So we're going to start this over. And then 58 seconds into this power play. The movement tonight was incredible, first of all. But this stick handling by Pasternak, it's an awesome feed by Bergeron from the slot to Pasta in his circle. And he's going to try that 2-stride into the slot, take a shot move. But they meet him immediately. So he kind of chops it up a little bit, gets sticks moving in on him, and flings a bullet down to Marchand, who's below the right circle. He fires at Lindgren, who goes blocker, gets a piece, but then in, and it is 1-0 on a power play goal. Marchand is finally done with his drought after 15 games without scoring. I believe this was the 16th, I believe. Anyway, 6:51 left. Wilson is going to go for roughing to another power play, and then 1:10 in. It's another impressive power play. It is helped quite a bit by the Caps failing to clear the puck, something they would do all game. But the puck is sent to Pasta to the left of the slot. He gets manhandled, knocked on his ass. Bergeron jumps in. He is going to get pinned to the wall and then fling that up to Lindholm on the left point. Lindholm's going to grab that puck, send it all the way to Marchand in the right circle. One touch to Bergeron in the slot, one-timer to Lindgren, and then Bertuzzi is in front of Lindgren to tap in the rebound as soon as it hits the ice. It is 2-0, power play goals. Bertuzzi continues to impress. And you feel like this one's already over, because at this point, the Caps have not been able to challenge any of our defense. Once in a while, Ullmark has to make a save. Usually it's from distance, but it certainly isn't high danger. That would change a little bit as the game continued. But for the most part, we were completely controlling play. And then 4:33 left of the period. Just one of those weird ones that you can't really blame anyone. Jensen is going to take the zone. He's high in the slot. He's got McAvoy right in front of him. And he's just going to fire this in on net. I think he's going for a change. And he fires it. It goes off McAvoy's leg, hits the ice, turns into this weird bouncer, and somehow goes blocker and in on Ullmark. And it's 2-1. And Ullmark wants it back, but everyone just goes, well, that was weird. On we go. And we'll go to the third with the 1-goal lead. 3:23 in. It's a chance after chance after chance on Lindgren, who's losing equipment as it's happening. He's getting pushed, he's getting shoved, he's getting knocked down. He ends up losing his glove, so he's got a bare hand and makes a save with that arm. I don't think it gets him right in the hand, but I think it gets it right below. That's absurd. Like, that is instinctual of a goalie to do that. But if you've ever played in goal, you know, drew the short stick when you're out on the pond, it sucks because it hurts. It does hurt. On the national level, I promise you, even with this equipment, you get hit in a couple spots and it hurts. If you don't have any covering, any padding at all, and you're going with your bare hand to stop one, you're a psychopath. And he makes the save, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And you got to respect a guy like that. I'm just saying, he had a great game. 4:13 in, the Caps continue to be under siege. We take the zone. Caps make a mistake. This is just on them. They're trying to move the puck up to the slot where they have a guy, goes too far ahead of him. He tips it. It goes up to Nosek, who's at the top of the slot, and just goes high blocker post and in. 3-1. That's your game-winning goal, by the way, on a record-setting season. For 103 points, that's your game-winning goal. That's just a cool thing for Nosek. It's also his 100th point, I believe. I believe that was his 100th point. He is one of just a few active undrafted skaters who has hit 100 points. Torrey Krug is one of those as well, by the way. 5:21 in. It's a 2-on-1. Clifton to Hall. Lindgren makes an incredible save. During this play, Clifton goes into the boards hard. He's shaken, gets up slowly, but appears to be okay. Lindgren also struggles to get up. He would not return to this one, unfortunately. He allowed 3 goals, but it could have been 8. He was fantastic and really just put everything on the line to keep his team in it. I got a lot of respect for the performance he had. A lot of respect. 6:32 in. Orlov is going to go for tripping. Takes him about a minute on this. It's a failed clearance by RPK. Puck cycled over to the left circle for Carlson, who tries to get it into the crease, like right in front of Ullmark. It's going to go off of the outside of Strom's skate, back over to Olmark's right. Olmark gets wrong-footed, can't recover in time. You'd think Carlo would be a little more aware of this one, but he's slow to react, and then Wilson gets a tap in. So he just chips it over the pad, and that is going to be 3-2 on the power play goal. Poor penalty killing all around. Thought Carlo was going to get that clear, too, and didn't get that. So tough shift for him. Carlo, for the most part, was really good in this game. That was a tough shift, though. 36 seconds later, so it took great feed from McAvoy to Nosek, who's on that left side of the blue line, and he's going to start skating forward. He's got a defender in front of him. But for some reason, Hathaway on the right side, he swung in. No one picked him up. It turns into a 2-on-1. It's a perfect saucer pass over the spread out defender who's on his belly, and it's a tap in for Hathaway. And it's 4-2. And with 9:38 left, Swayman is going to come in because on one of those prior plays, I forget exactly which one, but Olmark did get up a little slowly. It was not a play where he faced a shot, I believe. He just kind of came across the crease, and it was clear that he was uncomfortable. Hopefully he just tweaked a little something that a couple days of rest will handle. That's what it does sound like from Monty, who said after the game that he seems to be fine. They're not too worried about it. End of the game, Marchand has a wide open net, but opts to pass to DeBrusk instead to get DeBrusk off of his little snide as well, because I do DeBrusk has been in a little bit of a scoring slump. I just haven't looked up those numbers. So it's 5-2 with the empty netter, and that's your final. That's your final. And your game notes, I don't have any game notes. We're ready. We're ready. The last 3 games, the teams chanted, "We want the cup." The fans have chanted, sorry, not the team. The fans have chanted, "We want the cup." We're ready. This game in Montreal is going to be a lot of fun because it should be a bunch of AHL players that we're just looking forward to watching, right? Just for the fun of hockey, the love of hockey. But we're ready. This should be this weekend when Game 1 happens. I'm probably working during it because that's how the universe likes to play their hand. But hey, I'm excited. This is huge, guys. We're ready for the fairy tale. This team has what it takes. That's all we asked for at the beginning of the season. The records are just a cherry on top. But you can't tell me you walked into this season saying that they have to win a cup, because the team constructed as it was in the year we just had, we were nervous about a bunch of different things. It's always cup or bust. I get that. Let's just hope that we get the fairy tale ending. It's going to hurt like a son of a bitch if we don't. But we're just going to believe the whole time. And, hey, maybe they give us this one. I don't know. Maybe the hockey gods will smile upon Boston for this one. They've been smiling all season. Don't stop now. I'm excited, guys. It feels different than those other seasons. I feel less nervous about being the disappointment that didn't finish off a perfect season or anything like that. I don't feel like that. I just feel like my team has an amazing chance ahead of them, and they're built to handle adversity in the playoffs, and they can do this. It's up to the players. Sweeney has done his job. Monty, obviously, he's got a big job to do still. But the players are where it's really going to come through. And I think they can do it. We all think they can do it. And we're excited. And we're nervous. And it's okay to be both. Love this team. And I'm really excited to see what they do. Go Bees. Go Bees!